Hey guys, shoot.
Coach, a number of years off your life today.
That's it. I've accepted a long time ago. That's who we are this year. You know, I accepted that a long time ago. We're going to have a no excuses mentality. We're not going to listen to everybody say we're too young to do this. And, you know, we're not dominant in any one phase yet. So it's just survive and advance. And we're staying together, which is important.
Coach, how much did you talk this week about taking the next step?
That's all we talked about. Really, what we told them is attention to detail. Attention to detail is what's going to, you know, in the end, it's what's going to trump complacency and not taking a step back. You know, I thought we had good focus. I know they scored first, but I thought we had good focus. You know, we started fast. And then you guys know, we threw an interception on the 2. We missed 2 field goals. You know, we had some unforced errors there. You know, it's like getting like having a tennis ball hit you and you hit it out of bounds. You know, you hit it in the stands, and that's what it was like there for a while. And we just stayed together, you know. But again, I think that's a good team. I think that's a really good team over there. They're all tough in the ACC, and I'm proud of our guys that they just stayed with it.
That final play, the final touchdown you had, what were your thoughts? The ball's in the air.
Holy shit.
Mike Fitton's 2,500, right?
I'm sorry. I'm so tired, I'm delusional.
Alex, it seemed like just a couple weeks ago we were talking about the deep ball not being enough on this offense, and it seems like the last 2 weeks you guys have obviously found it, been against it.
Yeah, Steven's throwing it better. It's giving him a chance to run underneath it. You know, Phillips getting behind him. Rayshawn did a nice job early getting behind him. You know, DJ, you know, all those guys. So, you know, but the bottom line is we're protecting better than we were earlier in the year, and Steven's stepping up and throwing. And then Steven's using his feet right now. You know, Steven's using his feet and staying alive and having vision down the field.
What was the plan for the final drive after the interception? Was it just to go to overtime?
No, we wanted to score. No, we thought, I think around the 40, right? We thought the 40 and 2 timeouts that we would go, you know, stay with it. I know we didn't get any yards on second down, so I think I used the timeout there. But clearly, when you use a timeout in that situation, your mindset is, hey, let's try to win it now. I know both teams were really, really tired. I know that. You know, we had a lot of guys cramping up, and so did they.
Coach, all season, this team has really responded well to a lot of adversity you guys have faced. Talk about that a little bit.
No, I'm real proud of them. You know, I think, you know, whether it's to be down by 17 last week or be down by 14, or to have them come roaring back and tie it up, you know, you have to be mentally tough, and you have to have unity, and you have to be in condition to respond. And I think our team did. Again, you know, those 3 elements. I don't think we win any of those games absent one of those. And right now we have all 3, and clearly, you know, we got another big one coming up.
Al, is this going to be a game that 4 fumbles, you don't cash in any of them, you miss 3 field goals, you give up a mile, and you still win? Is this going to be one of those games you look back at it and say, how the heck did this happen? No,
I mean, I think, you know, there's no question we have to capitalize better when we get those opportunities. I don't think there's any, but no, I don't feel that way. You know, we're not a perfect team. You know, we're not. That's a veteran, you know, a team over there with, you know, whatever, 8 starters on one side, 7 on the other coming back. You know, I think we have 9 first-time starters on offense, you know, so we're not going to be a perfect team. And if we can get past that, you know, if we can just get past that and keep competing and scratching and clawing and staying together, you know, then we'll have a chance to continue to win.
Is it difficult for a coaching staff that, I mean, every staff asks a lot, yours included, is it difficult to accept that as a staff? That
it's absolutely. The way it goes? Yeah, you should hear the headsets. You know, I mean, every play, you know, we're not perfect. You know, we're not positioned right, or, you know, whereas if you have a veteran team, you're eliminating a lot of those plays. You know, to give up a bomb when we go up 10 with what, you know, 6 or 7 left in the game. I mean, that's not good football. You know, but we don't point the finger and we don't, you know, give up. But you know, we just got to, you know, continue to improve. You know, look, we played a tough schedule, you know, to this point, and at the end of the day, we're 4-1. You know, we're going to try to get them to heal up and regroup and continue to improve. I think we're improving as a team right now.
Coach, you talked a lot in the spring before the season about Steven's maturity.
Yeah.
Are we seeing some of the fruits of that?
I hope so. I hope so. I think he trusts his receivers right now. Offensive line is protecting well, as are the backs. And I think the biggest difference right now is Steven is staying alive. He's staying alive and keeping his eyes down the field and throwing well.
Al, one of the biggest plays of the game we might be forgotten with all the wildness there in the second half, but just the strip by McGee to get that ball near the goal line.
Again, a lot of guys had their. We have to be that type of team on defense right now because we're not perfect. We have to be opportunistic, and it's really unlike us to be on. It was uncharacteristic of us not to be able to convert. And Jake too. It's important for Jake to just let this one go and move on because that's not Jake Whiteclaw, I promise you. So we just got to get that operation back and go to work on it. Make sure he feels comfortable with it. But you never know how those things impact the kicker. And I'm going to take responsibility for that. Dalton was out all week. He's the holder. He didn't really hold very much till pregame, and maybe we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. So. I got to look at that and look at myself as to whether or not I should have made a change there.
Speaking of Dalton, obviously, like a week ago, he's questionable with an injury, and then not only is he punting, but you're running a fake with him.
It's unbelievable. He told me he felt great in pregame, and he did not practice at all. He kicked a little bit on Thursday afternoon, but he didn't even. He wasn't even close, to be honest with you, on Tuesday. And he got about 6 treatments a day. His training staff did a great job, and for him to come out there today and tell me in pregame, Coach, I feel great. So I'm happy for him. Was it his best performance? No, but you need a veteran like him in that situation. And he and Jake will bounce back next week and play better.
Al, they called this place quarterback U for a long time.
Yeah.
Steven did something today that no quarterback's ever done here by a mile, over 566. You had 2 guys over 180 receiving. I know the win's the thing for you, but people ever look at the stats and say, wow? No,
I just look at the wins. The wins and losses. We got. Like I said, we have a long way to go. We left a lot of points on the field on offense today. We'll go back and get that cleaned up. And obviously we missed a couple field goals. But no, I don't really look at that. I just look at are we executing and did we win?
Your receivers against these cornerbacks who have big reputations, how did they perform in your mind?
It looked like they did well. I thought we had a good scheme. I thought Jed called a really good game, got us down the field. I thought we protected well, and as we said, what can you say about Steven? He's playing really well right now. He's growing up right in front of our eyes.
About Dorsett, Al, he's had 2 top 10 games in terms of UM history. Can you talk about his performance?
Is that true? I didn't know that. Well, number one, it's hard to find anybody that works harder than him. And then he's a starter on punt return and kickoff return. So he's unselfish. He's not trying to tap out on those to say, I want to get the ball more. He blocks. Had the winning block last week against Georgia Tech. Takes care of, business, in the classroom and off the field. And what can you say about him? It's a blessing for us to have. We're grateful to have him.
Coach, I was just going to say, Coach, so if you had the ball at the 15 in the final 5 seconds, sounds like you would have gone right back with Jake to win it.
Yes, no, there's no question. Obviously, I just told Jed, we have 2 timeouts and really we need the 32-yard line. Again, I was going back with what I know about Jake, not what he did the last time. So again, you just got to, I was telling Jed we need the 32-yard line with 2 timeouts, and we felt like we can get that, and obviously we scored.
How much was the fourth quarter a race against the clock versus, just beating NC State?
I'm sorry?
How much was the fourth quarter a race against the clock? Were you looking at the clock like will this game just end?
No, we didn't, because every time we got a lead, a 10-point lead, they came right back, and we would have, if we would have gotten a stop and gotten the ball back with 7 minutes to go, I think we would have went into a 4-minute offense and took a lot of time off the clock, but we couldn't. We had to stay aggressive, which obviously they stopped us and got the ball back and scored. But there's no other way to play that. They had 2 or 3 timeouts at that juncture of the game, and there's really no way to play that. You can't just go into a shell there, and you got to stay aggressive, and we did. That was my decision.
How quickly do you start thinking about the game in national TV and all that next week?
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to let me get out of the room, but I think for our guys, it's just got to be business as usual. I just want to see us improve, take care of business every day. Just trust the process, and then we got to get healed up. We got to get healed up. This will be our 4th road game in 6 weeks. We got to get healed up and healthy, and get ready for obviously a great Notre Dame team in Chicago.
How's Ben Jones? I know he was banged up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I could give you the prelim, I think the X-rays are okay, but he could not return. So he'd be hopeful for next week.
Coach, where would you place the credit for this team's ability to respond to all these adverse situations?
Well, we have incredible human beings on the team. Stephen Morris, Brandon McGee, Linder, Mike James, Alan Hearns. I mean, I can go on down the line of the leadership that they're providing when things aren't going well. And it went all the way back to June, when they made a commitment that they weren't going to do what our team did a year ago, and that was basically, you know, not getting the type of condition that you need to be in to win these games. And then, you know, and the proof is in the pudding, you know, in terms of when they came back on August 5th or 4th or whatever it was, they all made the conditioning test. And that's it. Now, no more excuses. So that eliminated that excuse. So now I know they were in better condition, and I know they were mentally tough, and they work on their unity constantly. It's a very tight group right now. So I'm real proud of them, and on to the next one.
Al, does this team surprise you in any way the last 2 weeks?
Hasn't surprised me. But honestly, guys, if I don't get out of here, I'm going to go full body cramp on you in about a minute. I mean, I'm really struggling. Okay.
One more question, guys.
Is it, I mean, that draining? I mean, for even as a coach, I mean, were you just drained after a game?
I think everybody should be drained. I think we coach hard. I think the players brought a lot of energy. And before I go, I want to thank the fans. I want to thank the fans who came out. They were loud, provided us an advantage. I thank the student section. It means a lot. Because I know it's hot out there. It means a lot, but that's a great advantage. And our kids are embracing the sun. They treat the sun as an ally now and not the enemy. So it's great. Okay, thanks, guys.